Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, ready to share with you a wonderful card from the Priestess of Light deck. And this is by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. We've had this deck recently and we've had this card recently. So I always pay attention, prick up my intuitive ears when the same thing circles around several times. Good morning, Peggy. Glad you're here. You've been my first popper honor for quite a few days now. That's cool. Anywho, with this deck, it's a very, to me, good morning, Carolyn, welcome, a very deeply intuitive deck. And I think part of the reason for that is it's coming from the Divine Feminine. Good morning, Lucy, welcome. All of my peeps rolling in here. This is good. All of our practical rebels. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, good morning. You have a deck of this? Wonderful. Okay, well, so then you can go back and reread, if you choose to, this little section, because again, this card is popping up again. Thank you for the sunshine. We are still in pitch darkness here, but that's okay. We'll get to sunshine eventually. I'm one of those people. I'm a morning person. I don't need the light at the end of the day. I need the light at the beginning of the day. So this daylight savings time doesn't work for me very well. Happy little Believe cup will get us off to a good start here. So let's take a couple of nice deep breaths just to settle into right here, right now. Good morning, good morning. Breathing in, healing golden light. I did have fun spreading cosmic shit yesterday. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was a beautiful sunny day. Today is actually supposed to get up into the 40s, so that should be lovely too. I may or may not take TJ for a walk at my brother's, depending on what kind of a swamp it has become. But all in all, it sounds like it's going to be a great day. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just ready to receive, opening, moving into that divine feminine, that receptive part of us. In this month, I think we're going to have things moving more quickly. We've got some big planets doing stuff. Good morning, Linda. Well, not good morning by you, but good morning. Glad you're here. We have the Priestess of Light deck today. We've got some big planets doing stuff right now. So the next little while, at least pay attention the next several weeks, I think we're going to have a lot of what might appear to be upheaval. Good morning, Deb. Glad you're here. But the more we can ride with it, the better off we're going to be. So no fear. Just, wow, this is interesting. I'm hanging on, going for the ride, flowing with the river. Kind of like being on in a canoe or a raft or a kayak going down a river that's moving kind of rapidly. Upheaval started this morning for you. Yes, yes, yes. Makes total sense. Let's put that in that bigger perspective. This is by divine right order. This is divine unfolding. So if you're experiencing the upheaval, do your best to flow with it. Yes, not to freak out about it. Flow with it. And certainly not to resist it. Because what we resist persists. If we want the upheaval to eventually settle, we need to move into flow, acceptance, just being with what is. Just being with what is. I allow what is. In fact, maybe even embracing it. Look at this hot mess I have right now. How cool is that? So, being a little facetious here, but I think our card may help with this also. And again, we've had this card recently. Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. But breathe into that because you are safe. You are safe. Yes, yes. The more we can flow with it, the better off we're going to be. And when attack is coming from someone else, take a step back and look at them through those lenses of the curious observer. I wonder what's going on internally with that person, that this is what's expressing externally, right? And we may need to go back to some of our things from our book that we've been working our way through, Taking the War Out of Your Words, how to set kind, loving, healthy boundaries. And it may call for the predictive stuff that we were recently working on, which is as calmly as possible, explaining potential outcomes. If you choose to do this, I will choose to do that. If, on the other hand, you choose to do this, I will do this. And however many options there are, you spell them all out kindly and lovingly, and you detach from what they choose to do. Because regardless of what they choose to do, you've laid out your options. You know what you're going to do. So, and again, that's difficult, especially if people are making poor choices or aggressive choices, etc. But keep in mind, you do have your own options available to you. And TJ's hearing somebody out there, so he's going to sing for us at the moment. Enjoy the aria. Here we go. So we have precognition. Precognition is our card today. Psychic ability, future vision. And as I said a while ago, one of the people that I was listening to, TJ, she loves you, talks about the opening up of this ability for many, many people, but that the newbies aren't going to yet have learned when to utilize this skill and when not to utilize this skill. So they're going to do some fumbling around. They're going to blunder into things that probably they're going to learn lessons from having done so. But you need to decide who you're willing to listen to and follow, and that there's room for discernment here is basically what I'm saying. Room for discernment. So this is a high priestess. She obviously has been around the block a few times. Too bad they didn't make her look a little more crone-like. That would have been good. But anyway, here's what we have. And I'm just going to read it to you because it talks about the image. The Egyptian priestess on this card has developed a profoundly heightened psychic ability. She looks peacefully into the light, hovering over her right hand. So you might want to put up your right hand and just see what you notice. Hovering over her right hand where images of the future reveal themselves. A soft glow emanates from her throat center and brow chakra, radiating from beneath her hawk headdress. Now, think about that. Throat, speaking the truth. Brow, wisdom, inner wisdom and guidance, right? So those are coming online more and more. I was on a call last night. We were talking about the Inflation Reduction Act, and one of the women had little people in the house, and she had to keep muting herself because her little people were quite noisy. It was interesting. The hawk aids her in reaching higher levels of consciousness. This messenger bird represents expansive psychism and future vision. So there's that expansion idea again. So we're taking the girdles off our brains and we're expanding into the field of infinite possibilities. Anything and everything is possible. We just need to get out of our way. Good morning, Linda. So again, I go back to our ask, believe, receive process. Put it out there and then have great faith in it, but turn over the outcome. However this goes, it goes. This or something better. Remember that one also. This card indicates that you are now capable of reaching new heights of intuition and precognitive ability. In fact, you may have already noticed flashes of insight and deeper awareness. If so, trust the information you receive and let yourself look even deeper into the potential meanings of your future visions. There are many important messages coming your way. So again, we don't want to be rushing around willy-nilly right now. We want to be taking the time to attend to things, doing some breath work, having some quiet time, just sitting in peace and quiet. So carve out some time for yourself like that. I think it doesn't work real well if we just say, well, I'll grab a few moments here and there. Because oftentimes those moments end up getting jammed up with other stuff. If we actually set aside time, I don't care, 10 minutes, all right? You could do every time I'm in the car by myself, that's my time. Or as I'm standing at the bathroom mirror brushing my teeth in the morning, that's my time. Yes, silence. Silence. So maybe you, and Diane is a master at this, leaving the radio off. Leaving the radio in the car off when you're on your way to work. Just having the silence. Having the silence. Where else can you carve out silence? You can carve out silence first thing in the morning before you get out of bed. Maybe last thing at night when you're laying in bed, you're done with your reading, you've set it aside before you drop off to sleep, becoming aware of the silence. Creating more silence in your life. So instead of walking in the house and turning on the tube, leave it off. Leave it off. Be in that silence. Is that comfortable for you, or is that uncomfortable? If it's uncomfortable, step into your curious observer. What about this is uncomfortable for me? How did I learn to be uncomfortable with the silence? Because if you think about it, when you were in the womb, yes, shower first thing in the morning is a lovely time to have silence. When you were in the womb, there wasn't a whole lot of sound. The whooshes of your mother's heart, the moving around, your own little hiccups, whatever. There was silence. We need more silence, all right? We have light pollution, or sound pollution, the same way we have light pollution and air pollution and all the other things. Let's clear a bunch of that up. There may be important messages coming your way. These may take the form of guidance about future choices or inspirations about creative, career-related, or personal projects. Ding, 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 ding. Remember that your soul vibrates at the level of spirit connection. If you think about yourself, if you're having a low energy kind of day, you're vibrating, humming along down here, but your soul is still up here. So what can you do to tap into that soul energy, which can then lift your vibration so you move out of that bleh place where you are? We have this internal monitor that's vibrating at spirit energy level, and we can tap into that anytime we choose, consciously. So choose consciously. All of these times that are listed, the shower the first thing in the morning, being in the car, all of those things are times when you can tap into that higher order energy and replenish yourself. All right? Let's see here. Remember that your soul vibrates at the level of spirit connection. For this reason, this card may also indicate a potential career involving psychic or intuitive practices. In fact, you may have had such careers in your past lives. Know that your soul is calling you to reconnect. That's such a good word, reconnect. We need to move back into connection with nature, connection with the flow of the seasons, connection with the sun and the moon, connection with our earth vibrations. Listen to Mother Earth. Take time to meditate more so you can peacefully receive. And the receiving, for many of us, receiving is hard. We need to practice. Humble yourself to receive. Good morning, Sammy. Glad you are here. Humble yourself to receive. See what happens. What's coming your way? There's good stuff coming down the pike. You need to be open so it comes in, right? Let yourself trust your growing intuition. The spirit world is open to you, ready to reveal your future potential and all that you need to know. So the affirmation is, I am one with the spirit world. Every day my psychic ability grows. And again, taking time to tap into your inner wisdom. We all have it. You don't need a guru outside of yourself. Yes, sometimes it's helpful to connect with people who have gifts and are willing to share them. But keep in mind, you are your own guru. You have your answers within. They're there. They may be buried under the muck and mire, but then get some help with cleaning out the muck and mire, all right? Yes, I am one with the spirit world. And there are times when the veil between this earth walk that we're doing and the spirit world is very thin. And ancestors may have messages for you. And the ascended masters may have messages for you. Tuning in, allowing spirit to speak to you, to share that. So let's just do it right now. Close your eyes. Not if you're driving. Close your eyes. A couple of nice deep breaths. Every breath you inhale, the crown chakra opening, receiving healing golden light. Every breath you exhale, moving that energy through your body. Filling all of your chakras. Your third eye. Your throat. Your heart chakra. Solar plexus, your power center. Filling that up with that healing golden light. your sacral chakra, and your root at the very base of your spine. All of them filling. And imagine little trapdoors in the bottom of your feet, springing open, and any guck and yuck and heaviness and doubt and fear and pain, all of that gets pushed out by the healing golden light coming from the top, shoving all of that junk out through those trapdoors in the bottom of your feet that have sprung open. All this yuck going down into Mother Earth, who transforms it and then releases it as useful energy back to the world. Maybe that energy becomes a new tree. Maybe that energy heals our waters. Maybe that energy grows some new plants. But we've flushed it out of ourselves. You can do this anytime. A little spiritual car wash, as it were. Just coming down, washing everything out, and away you go. All right? So that is our card for today. Precognition. We all have abilities we haven't yet tapped. Now is the time. All right, so have an awesome day. Pay attention to what comes to you. Sights, sounds, sense of knowing. For me, it's oftentimes just a sense of knowing. I don't see things. Once in a while, I'll get clairaudience. I'll hear things. Most of the time, it's just that sense of knowing. Go here. Do this. Don't do that. Remember this. Call so-and-so. Those little nudges. I'm glad it was perfect. Awesome. Sleep well, Linda. Good morning to everybody else. We'll have a great day. See you again tomorrow. And remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.